Hello and welcome back. And in this lecture, we are going to see that how we can generate the random numbers. Basically, the random numbers in the integer form and random float numbers. Both the things we will need sometimes at some point of time when while doing the programming using the Numpy library. So how we can do that we are going to discuss in this lecture. So these are the exercises that I will be doing in this lecture, and I have already told you that if you are revising these exercises along with your daily new things which you are learning, then it will be very easy for you to grasp all the concepts, grasp all the programming semantics related to the Python in the NumPy library. So first of all, I'm going to generate a random number, something between 0 to 100. So first of all, you need to import a library, which is, the NumPy library. But here we have to import the random, for the random number generation. We have to import the, object for the random number generation from the NumPy library. So from NumPy import random. Okay. This we need to do. First of all, this need to do from NumPy import random. Now we are going to generate the random number between 0 to 10. So how we can do that? If someone asks you that you have to generate a random number between 0 to 10 or 0 to 100 or 0 to 1000, what you will do? So we need to see how it can do it. So it's like random number R1 is equal to random dot rand int, and then we need to give the maximum limit, which is 10. So if I have to generate the number between 0 to 10, then I will give the maximum limit, which is 10. Okay, now let me run it. Let's see how it performs, what it gives to me. Okay, let me run it. Let me print it. So now I'm going to run it. So if I run it, you can see that it has generated 3. Now if I again run it, it will generate, it should generate some other numbers. So let me run it again, 8, and let me again run it. So it will be 1. So it will be totally generating a random number in every run, right? So this is how you can generate a random number, giving the maximum limit, and it will be giving you a random number generated between 0 to that maximum limit that you have provided. Now let's generate a float number. How to generate a float number, right? Again, the same thing. You need to import from NumPy import random, which we have already done in the cell number 9. So now let me see, on the top cell we have done that from NumPy import random. Now I have to generate a float number, which will be a decimal number. So what I need to do, R2 is equal to random dot rand. So it will be like some number which will be between 0 to 1, a decimal number that will be generated. So print R2. So if I run this now, then you will be able to see that this has generated this particular number, which is 0.633189 something blah blah blah, whatever has been given here. So that will be generated using the rand function. So if you have to generate a random float number, then you need to use the rand function, and if you have to generate a integer number, then you have to use the rand int, right? These are the two different exercises that we have done. Now let's see the third exercise. We have to generate some random numbers, in a certain series, in a certain range, and that they should be generated in the form of an array. Basically, we want to generate an array of numbers, array of integers, right? Within a certain range, right? So what I can do, I need to do like R3 is equal to random dot rand int, and now I need to give, let's write like within the limit of 10. I need from 0 to 10, I need to generate the number, and it should be size is equal to 1 dimensional array, and now I need to print it. Okay, so it's one dimensional array, and this this 10 numbers. From the 10 I have to generate, okay, randint 10, and it should be size is equal to 5. Let me see, print. So 5 elements I have, 5 integers I have to generate from 0 to 10. So let me run it and let's see what it generates. Okay, now it's fine, 17303. So it will generate an array of numbers between 0 to 10, and you can see that the number can be repeated. If I give like 2, then what will happen? It will generate 5 numbers, 5 integers in an array, and those numbers will be either 0, 1 or 2. So you need to understand this concept. You can see 1, 1, 1, 0, 1. So from 0 to 1, it will generate those numbers from 0 to 1. It's the limit is 2, so it will generate 2 minus 1 till 2 minus 1. So it will be either 1 or 0. So whatever numbers will be there in the array, they will be either 0 or 1 in this case. Right, so now you might have understood that how it gives you. For example, if I give 5, then you will not be able to see 5 anywhere. It will be anything between 0 to 4. So 3, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. So it can, adjust, repeat any number, right? You just need to give this limit, right? If you give only 1, right, then it will generate all the numbers as 0, because it will be like, all the numbers will be 0, because it will take like 0 to n minus 1, right? N is 1, the maximum number is 1, so n minus 1 becomes 0, so it will generate all the numbers between 0 and 0, right? So it's all 0, so that's why it is giving you all the 0, right? Similarly, if I do like 100, then you will never be able to see 100. It can be 99, but it can never be 100. It can be between 0 to 99, anything, but it can never be 100. You run it any number of times, you will never get 100, right? So this is how you can generate an array of random numbers. Now let's see, if I have to generate an array of random numbers in 2-dimensional format, then what we need to do. So I'm going to take another variable, r4 is equal to random dot randint, and I'm going to give it like till 10. Between 0 to 9 I have to generate the numbers, and size is equal to, it's like I'm going to create I want to create a 3 by 3 array, right? 3 by 3 2-dimensional array. So 3 rows and 3 columns, 2-dimensional array, and the numbers in the 2-dimensional array for any cell, for any row and column, should be between 0 to 9, right? So now I'm going to print it, and if I print it, then I will be able to see, the numbers in 2-dimensional array. You can see 647, 390, 375 numbers can be repeated, but yeah, those numbers will be between 0 to 9, right? They can never be 10, right? So this is 2-dimensional array that you can create. Now let me generate a random float in 2-dimensional array. So you have understood one concept related to generating the float numbers, is that float numbers can only be between 0 to 1, right? It can be any decimal value between 0 to 1. I'm going to create a 2-dimensional array of float numbers, and for that I have taken another variable, r5. r5 is equal to random dot rand, and I'm going to give something like I'm going to generate a first of all I'm going to generate a 1-dimensional array. I have just created here 2-dimensional array. So let's see the 2-dimensional array. I want to create a 2-dimensional array here. So rand size is equal to 3 and 3, 3 by 3, 3 rows and 3 columns, and the random numbers need to be generated. You don't need to give the limit, the range between these numbers need to be generated, because rand only generates the numbers between 0 and 1, right? So if I run this and print r5, then you will be able to see the output, right? So here it's like, okay, so here you don't need to write like this. It's not size, you simply need to give 3, 5, right? So you can see 3 rows and 5 columns, right? So 3 rows, 3 columns. If you do this, and then if you run this, then you will be able to see 3 by 3. So this is how it is generated. So 2-dimensional array is generated like this. And if you have to generate a single-dimensional array, then I hope you understand that what you need to do. I need to add another cell here so that I can show you generate random float array. Okay, so I need to take R6 is equal to random dot rand and 5 elements. Okay, and now I need to print. So I'm going to create a single dimensional array of float numbers, and the size of that array will be 5. So let me print it, R6. So let me run. If I run it, then you will be able to see that 5 elements, 0, 1, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 elements are there. And two-dimensional array we have already seen, right? Now let's see. I hope you are getting the point here and you are able to understand whatever I'm explaining here. The last exercise is here, like we have to choose a random number from an array, right? So we have to create an array, and we want that whatever number I want to generate randomly, that should be between that particular range of the numbers, right, which have been given in the array. So let me first create an array. No need to create an array. Basically, we will dynamically create an array in the same line. So R7 is equal to random dot rand int, and I have given an array like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We want that whenever we generate a number, that number should be between between among these of one of these numbers, like 1 to 6, right? So rand int, and if I run it, not rand it, basically I need to use the choice. Rand int is not needed here. If I have to do something like this, that I have to generate, I have to choose a number, I have to generate a random, I want to get a random number generated from a specific set of numbers, which is an array here, from 1 to 6, then in that case I will use the choice method. So I have taken this choice method in example here, and now I want to print it, the print R7. Okay, now let me run it, and you will be able to see that it has generated 1. If I run it again, then it will generate 4. If I run it again, then it will generate something else, which is 5, right? So you might be feeling some game here which is known as Ludo, where you throw a die, and in this dice you can see the numbers are from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So same thing is here. You are throwing a dice and you don't know what number will come. So if you are creating such a game like Ludo online, then you can use this this method, right? So that's it, and that's all for today's video. I hope you must have enjoyed it, and if you are if you're facing some issues to understand any of the concept, just let me know. I will explain it again for you, or if you have any questions, you can put in the comment section. And please share these videos. Please help me here so that these videos reach out to to the number of people and your friends. And please give me the suggestions wherever you think that I can improve on. So with this, I would like to say have a nice day, and bye bye.